Okay, before we start the video, let me just get the obvious out the way. I do not sound like how I normally do in these videos. That is because I am currently at GD meetup for 5 days at a friend's house, so I am going to sound a bit different for the next 5 days because I'm using an actual microphone instead of some headset mic that is really bad. So you're gonna enjoy the good audio for 5 days, and then sadly it will go on the 6th. But that's not the focus of today's video. Today we are going to talk about the player No Name. If you've heard of this guy from anywhere, you probably heard of him because he was the first victor of the original Sorry Never Clear, which, if you remember a couple months back, it was verified as the hardest level on the unrated levels list, so this is a really hard achievement. As recently, 4 hours ago, he got 71% on Eternal Silence. As you probably know, Paco is the verifier of the Silent Clubstep that's on the list today. She was able to verify this. It should have been top 1, however, it never ended up being because we just misplaced it at the time. However, this Eternal Silence is not the same Silent Clubstep. This is the original unnerfed, unchanged Silent Clubstep. Okay, I don't know why his recording keeps clipping in and out, it's something in this video. However, as you guys probably know, the Silent Clubstep that is rated on the servers today is different from the Silent Clubstep that we have here. The one that is rated was changed a bunch so that it was more doable for people. Most of the stuff were fixes to make it possible on certain FPSs. However, some parts like the infamous beginning ship were genuinely changed to make it more visible and easier, and therefore the actual unnerfed version is way harder than the original. This could be way up there. This is a contention for a top 1 level, and if not, it's at least in that like top 5 range. As you can see, if we pause it correctly, he gets past this and he dies to 71. And this is the first jump of the 8 jumps of hell, which is harder on this version. What's really crazy is, as Septagon has pointed out in this comment, this is the very first time someone has ever done it on the real unnerfed Silent Clubstep. This is the first time we've ever gotten to the 8 jumps of hell, which is kind of crazy because this kind of getting to this area in the original Silent Clubstep when that race happened was pretty much the mark of the final stretch to beat the level. Once they passed the duel, this was like the final act, because everything past it isn't really that hard. So seeing this progress is actually crazy. Like, I was just scrolling through Twitter for a bit, and then I saw this, and I thought there was gonna be nothing to talk about today, and I was gonna cover some older news, but this is genuinely crazy. Now, I'm going to use this video to show the changes from the unnerfed and the nerfed version, because there's a big misconception that these 8 jumps of hell are the last change, because a lot of people think that the final memory cube maze is unchanged. But no, as you can see, there is changes. It is more difficult in the unnerfed version, so we still have a bit of level to go before we actually see this verified. It's not as easy as you may think, but these timings are nowhere near as difficult as the rest of the level. And as you can see, the community has been supporting this guy. Vision, one of the OG players to make progress on Silent Clubstep, has commented. Septagon, of course. Another person who is really big in the race commented. We have big figures like Diamond commenting. As you can see, this is a very big event. So yeah, I would just go support this guy if you can, because this is incredible progress. As you can see, he has done so much in the past 2 months of this level. In just 2 months, he's gotten 40% from 0, he got 65% from 0, he got 71% from 0, and he did 14 to 100. These are actually crazy runs. This guy is super underrated, and I can totally see this getting beat in a couple months' time, if not even that. And that is going to be one of the craziest events in the community, and I think you should be there to watch it. So yeah, I don't really have much more to say. Again, enjoy the good mic for a couple days. I'm really grateful to be allowed to record these videos while on this trip. And yeah, that's all for me. Thanks for watching, and peace.